Hello everyone, my name is Carnegie, and today I'll be helping you and guiding you on how to set up OpsiMate in your local devices. I'll start off with sharing my screen, right? I've started and shared my screen. Also, to make sure that you run OpsiMate in your local machines, it's always good to open your Docker desktops in your local machines beforehand, okay? I have opened my Docker desktop, and now let's go to our terminal. The terminal is pretty visible now. So let's start off with creating a new directory for our OpsiMate project. And let's go to the project file folder, let's say. Okay, so we are here and it's empty at the moment. So now what you have to do is we have a URL for this project, which is right here. We'll be sharing you this URL in our documentation, official documentations, and also it's linked in the description of the video. So press enter. It's pulling the images from the OpsiMate's Docker Hub, official Docker Hub, right? And we can see that it's up and running. So let's just verify it over here. And yes, it's up and running. All right. Let's see. Let's create a user. And yes, it's up and running. Let's create another user. And we have another user. Let's go. Yes, and the other user also works. So at the moment you can see that there's no forget password functionality over here. So to make sure that we actually can leverage it or use it into your projects, you have to set up the mail configurations into your project. So how can you do this? So to do this, first of all, you also have to create something called a password, a app password basically for your this project. So you can create it via Gmail. So I'll just go and create an app password over here. Okay, so now we are here. Also make sure that two-step verification of this particular thing is open in your email so that it's actually easier for sending emails out. All right, now we actually have all these things over here, so it's good. Now let's go to app passwords. It's always better to use a secondary email rather than the first email that you always have you use. So I'll use my secondary email over here, which is this particular one. Okay, two-step verification is open. Now let's search app password, which is right over here. All right, we are in. Now let's set up and get the OpsiMate. So right over here, I already have one thing for myself. So I'll just delete it for some time and let's start off with a fresh one. Okay, created. So this is something that you'll actually have to use into your passwords. So just let's keep it safe somewhere for some time. All right, and let's configure the password into our local machines. So now just do one thing, just open your local machine and go to the folder that we created, which is OpsiMate. I hope you remember this folder where we actually downloaded the whole files and all the things. You'll see what the file actually has inside. And yes, it's here. And the changes that we actually have to make are over here. Okay, so these are just placeholders at the moment that we have used. So we'll be changing these things now. So the password that we had earlier, let's just put it over here. Make sure to remove the spaces in between. And the second thing, which is the email, I'll copy the email from here. Okay, and again here and here. And now we have actually configured the mails which will actually send out all the emails for resetting your passwords. Just make it false, and this particular portion is the most important portion, so set it to true. All right, now that we actually have done this, let's save it. Let's recheck. This should be true. And you can also change this particular thing, or the URL or the port number, as you actually wish to get the that email configure, and from reply to user and password, and this particular one. So let's save it. So now, okay, so let's just first of all stop the container, this container right over here. Okay, so let's stop it. So it has stopped the front end, now it's stopping the back end, and it's done. Yes, so there's no container running. Now we can restart the container. And yes, the containers have restarted. Let's recheck. Yes, they have started to work. Now let's go to our, and yes, the forgot password functionality is back. So let's say I put in an email, right? Let's send it. And yes, the email is sent. So let's just verify the email if it is actually gone to the desired user. So as you remember, we were sending it out to imkaran at the rate 0676 at the rate gmail.com, and it's right over here. As you can see, the password reset request that is there. And yes, it's right over here, and we have it over here, right over here, and the email that we used to send the email out, right? So it's also there. Remember, we use this email itself, right? So let's just reset the password now. Let's go back and sign up, sign in again. And yes, we are in. So this was the whole journey of how to actually set up and configure the emails, so that you can also leverage the fact that you, whenever you forget or any one of your user forgets the password of their app, they can just simply reset it from here. Also, this is helpful when there's sometimes that admins also forget their passwords, like let's say this particular person, that the email that we were using, if this particular person or this admin also forgets his email, so this actually also works in that case as well. All right. So it pretty much covers all the facts, and we have tested it on all the things. So that's pretty much it. And I thank you for your patience, and goodbye.